Unfortunately, you won't get to see my colleague Henry. He's off to the cricket.
180.
Not just any cricket, to the Ashes.
They just wanted to get rid of me, mate.
48. Look, you require 47.
Well, after watching a bit of the first test, I have to say I'm a bit envious. I fancy a bit of that myself.
Game shot on the second
Well,
leg.
there's
Luke
the
Littler.
way to right the wrongs from leg one.
84.
The 84 under a whole world of pressure. And that's a super dart, because that gives him 2. 24.
Game shot on the third leg. Chris Gilliland.
Risky business. It's 167. It's got to go. There's the 60. Wants the ball.
Game shot on the fifth leg.
What a way
Chris
to hold
Gilliland.
throw. Great pressure from Littler. But it's Gilliland that knocks in a
Sixth leg is Luke to throw
1-6-7.
third.
Doubles for Littler. Squeezes in the 1.
Game shot
But
on the
twos
match.
never lose, and Chris Gilliland beats Luke Littler by 4 legs to 2, reversing the scoreline of yesterday to claim the points. And so Chris Gilliland defies Luke Littler's 4 maximums, and that's because the Nuke missed 10 darts at double. As far as Gilliland's concerned, well, he's dropped a bomb against the Nuke. He wins by 4 legs to 2, and DeVos against Gates is coming up next. So double 16 for a 3-1 lead.
Game shot on the
And yet
fourth
another
leg.
ton plus
Leonard
checkout.
Gates.
He's 3 out of 3 on the finishing, Leonard Gates. He's just taken out the 110.
They require
Advantage
160.
for Leonard, of course. He's had a great year and a proven winner, and that gives you so much confidence.
Game shot on
Well,
the fifth
yet
leg.
another
Good DeVos.
big finish.
64.
He's not out of the equation whatsoever. So 64 to get the job done. 1 at double 16. Seals
Game
victory
shot
for
and the
Leonard Gates
match.
as he gets the better of
Leonard
Pep DeVos by 4 legs to 2. He doubles his points tally. He does the double over the Belgian, doing so over 94.18 average and 100% when it came to the finishing as well. Adding a ton plus checkout apiece. The 160 gave DeVos hope, but it was Gates who picked up the points. Next up, it's the league leader, Andy Barton's in action. He takes on James Richardson. The matchup, and it may not be too far away because Richardson's got 6 here to set up for the match, and he's going to set up to Summer Prong, leaving himself
136.
tops after 12 to get the job done.
Sort of
60.
a miscount.
James, you
on the
require 40.
visit before it slipped out of his hand. This is some turnaround. Yesterday, Andy defeated Richardson 4-1 with a
Game shot and the
96.
match.
Today,
James
Richardson
Richardson.
defeated Andy with a 94-87. A couple of 180s in there. 40% on the doubles. In all, for me, the right man winning, and that really has opened things up again for Luke Littler, who will face Andy Bartons in match 5. Up next, Leonard Gates takes on Chris Gilliland.
Maybe after the last leg, he may begin to take authority there, but it's a lazy dart from Gilliland, slipping into the 1. So 79 left. Considers his options. He goes 57. He just has a glance over to the scoreboard. Double 11
Game shot on the
is
fourth
found
leg.
for 2-2.
Chris
Is
Gilliland.
found for parity. Get the better of Gates and to move on to 8 points. And Chris
Game
Gilliland
shot
is
and the
in this
match.
title race.
Chris
He moves on to
Gilliland.
8 points after deposing of Leonard Gates by 4 legs to 3. Timing like a Swiss watch from Chris Gilliland. An 86 average. A ton for it, a crucial point in that last leg when it was just getting a little bit edgy. He gets the better Leonard Gates by 4 legs to 3. Next up, the top 2 go toe-to-toe as Bartons takes on Littler.
119.
12 darts missed at a double from Andy Bartons, but it didn't affect the result.
Game shot on the
And with
first
finishes
leg.
like that,
Andy Barton.
despite the 2 180s in the leg.
6 and 116. The pull one back.
Game
And
shot on the
that
third leg.
It's a second ton-topping
Luke Littler.
finish of the match. Luke Littler is on the board with a 116 checkout. Both in this game
72.
because Andy Bartons is back for 72. He's 3 out of 5 when it comes to the finishing, and he is going to get a dart at tops to win the match as Luke
Game
Littler
shot
shakes
and
his
the
head in the
match.
background because
Andy
Andy
Bartons.
Bartons has picked up a big victory against Luke Littler by 4 legs to 1, and it means he is in full command. He has got a true grip of this Group A now. A 4-1 success despite Littler's average of 97.17. That 119 potentially a huge turning point in that game as well. So Bartons beats Littler by 4 legs to 1. And when we return, we're going to see Kurt de Vos in action up against James Richardson.
25.
2 fours for leg 4.
21.
But the resounding victory
James
hasn't been
requires
sealed here,
61.
but he may have to go back to the well if Richardson can find this 61.
25 scored, yeah.
Level 18.
$43.
So
Requires
close.
4.
So close, yet so far. The madhouse for de Vos.
Game shot and the match.
And he seals a 4-0
Kurt de
success
Vos.
against James Richardson. A really good performance as well. Couple of missed doubles, but the scoring phase was absolutely excellent. A 91 average in deposing of Ruthless, the reigning ADC European champion, by 4 legs to 0. That completes the second round of fixtures for the day here at the Super Series. Next up is Andy Bartons up against Leonard Gates.
Double for 1-0. He left 24 after 12.
Gates might get a break, which would be an ultimate steal when you
Game shot on the
consider what
first
happened
leg.
in the leg.
Leonard Gates.
But it doesn't matter. Gates leads 1-0
And he
for the
requires
table topper.
40. Game shot and the match.
And that will hurt.
Andy
Led
Bartons.
3-0. Andy Bartons battling back for a 4-3 win. Ends with an 87.53 average, 84.27 for Gates. But incredible series of scoring in the end from Andy. 16 scores of a ton or more. An average of 87.5 after missing 19 darts at a double. Shows you how well he scored. Up next, Chris Gilliland against Kurt de Vos.
That might just be the
180.
score that brings Chris Gilliland back to life. Sluggish leg up until that particular point for the Irishman.
77. Chris requires 108.
And he could do with another ton plus checkout just to get him on the board and just give him something to go with here. Been a little bit below what we've expected of him so far. It's tops. But yet another ton topper.
88. He requires 129.
And so 129, he narrowly missed this in leg 1. Not going to get it in leg 3.
52. Chris requires
So
20.
to half the arrears.
Game shot on the third leg.
Back we go,
Chris
2-1.
Gilliland.
See, from our
67.
angle, when you actually seen it from the players' line, it was a disastrous start. Ball
142.
That would have been naughty if
Chris
that
requires
went.
40.
But it sent out the warning signals to Chris Gilliland,
Game
who
shot on
finds
the
tops
fifth
this
leg.
time, and he goes
Chris
3-2 in
Gilliland.
front. He's had to survive the Hurt de Vos scare. He comes out the other side leading. So 6 darts and 191 to take us all the way to a decider.
159.
That'll do. 32 after 12. What has Gilliland got by way of response?
140.
Enough to force some pressure.
It requires 32.
For 3-3. What a leg this has
Game
been.
shot on the sixth
When his
leg.
back's up against
Kurt
the
de
wall.
Vos.
And Hurt de Vos sends us all the way.
of that.
And suddenly it's Gilliland who has the urgency. But he is going to get 2 at double 8.
Game
He gets the
shot
double 8.
and the
He wins
match.
4-3. And it means Chris Gilliland is the player who puts the severest pressure upon Andy Bartons at the top of the table. The pair will meet in a couple of matches' time. Gilliland, despite 14 missed doubles in the game, gets over the line with a 92 average. So Gilliland moves on to double digits. After the break, Luke Littler is looking to do likewise as he takes on James Richardson. So
41.
Richardson 1-4-1 to take the opening leg. And this would be the story of Littler's day. If he finds double 12 for the
Game shot on the
1-4-1.
first leg.
When his foe was
James
under
Richardson.
the severest of pressure, James Richardson comes up with the most ruthless of finishes. He leads
Second
1-0. Returned to condemn him to a third defeat of the day. It's tops.
24. Looking required 25.
Well, he created an opportunity with a wonderful leg. Can he finish the job?
9. James
Two on the wire.
required 20.
Weren't exactly poorly thrown, were they?
Game
It is
shot
Richardson
and the
who
match.
steps in
James Richardson.
and inflicts yet another defeat. Luke Littler, who is now without a point after playing 3 matches today. 90.37 the average. Again, Luke Littler with a big average. 96.03 this time. Just not been his day so far. 3 from 13 on the doubles. 4 from 11 for Richardson. He gets the vital 2 points. Up next, Gilliland against Andy Bartons.
So 1 dart. At
Game
tops
shot
to
on the first
Gilliland.
leg.
And it's
Chris
1-0 despite
Gilliland.
the scoring power of Bartons in that opening leg. Double 16.
Game
Brilliant
shot on
from
the second
Bartons
leg.
again.
Andy
15
Bartons.
darts, just so reminiscent of him. He levels up at 1 apiece.
Gates led, didn't he? 3-0 and was defeated 4-3.
137.
Kurt DeVos led 2-0, was defeated 4-3.
135. $137.
And of course, in our last game, it was Richardson that got the better of Littler 4-3.
58.
Oh, Andy Bartons has the darts now to get the job done.
He's just pushed Chris Gilliland into submission. What a last leg. 2 tough 3-7s, followed by a 1-7-7 to leave him on 50 after 9. He's on for a potential 11 dart leg to get the job done because he's not going to do a Chris Mason and go for the bull.
100. And he required 50.
Yeah. But he gets it in
Game shot
11
on the match.
and he picks
Andy
up the
Bartons.
crucial 2 points and he moves on to 16.6 clear of position 2, which was his opponent in that match. Chris Gilliland remains on 10 points. What a match from both. 97.89 for Gilliland, 103.98 for Andy Bartons. That was an absolute thriller. Coming up next, Leonard Gates faces James Richardson.
Then he
Get him
required
over the
40.
line and seal a 4-2 success.
Game
And tops
shot
is
on the
found for
match.
Leonard Gates, and what a
Leonard
kick he made
Gates.
towards the line. He managed to find something big in the last couple of legs to get the better of James Richardson by 4 legs to 2, and that means he moves on to 6 points and puts himself in the equation when it comes to Group B darts on Thursday and Friday respectively. Next up, you sense it's must-win territory now for Luke Littler. He's on 8 points. He's 8 behind Andy Bartons at the top of the table. If he's got any hope of progressing through to Saturday night's final from this group, he has to beat Hurt DeVos, you feel. Got some
25.
tops in the end, but Littler back for 25. Double 10 for 4-0
Game
win.
shot
And
on
Luke
the
Littler gets the
match.
better of Hurt
Luke
DeVos by
Littler.
4 legs to 0 to get his first win of the day and to move him on to 10 points in the group. He does so with an 89.73 average, which in matter of fact is his lowest average of the day, but it was enough to get him the points against Hurt DeVos as he rattles through a 4-0 victory. The final round of fixtures is going to begin after the break as James Richardson takes on Chris Gilliland. Maybe an opportunity he didn't expect. It's going to be 2 at tops. He only
Game
needs
shot on
the
the
1.
first leg. Chris Gilliland.
It caused
He will only get 1. It is only going to be the solitary dart at tops. But
Game
it's all
on
he
the fourth
needs
leg.
to open up a
Chris
3-1
Gilliland.
lead.
9.
To turn his back to send us all the way again. Tops.
Game
Never
on
in
the
doubt.
sixth leg. James
We go
Richardson.
the distance.
Got to the level they'd hoped in Group A, but then all of a sudden really kick on in
Game
the other
on
groups.
the first leg. Gert de
Oh,
Vos.
great start from Gert.
Take it.
78.
You only get one dart here. Tops.
Game on
Found.
the fifth leg.
Back
Gert
to
de
3-2,
Vos.
and it is a break as well, so he has the darts to send us all the way.
He was that waiting, wasn't he, on 8.
$180.
That response.
83.
He's following up. I'm following up. I'm filling it up.
180.
It's probably about the only thing he hasn't done this week.
100. And he record 141.
Can the brilliant Belgian give us a moment of perfection? Not on this occasion.
89.
And in terms of leaderboards, Richard Veenstra is currently averaging 94.3 for the season over
45.
37
And he
matches.
requires
So
52.
there you go. That sort of tells you where his achievable level may be.
36.
And then, of course, playing in
They
that
require
environment, his game
150.
was also, well, should improve.
Well,
140.
he's improved
and
towards
he
the latter
requires
ends of this.
16.
The average is 98. He's on for 13 to finish. 8 to get the job done and to seal a 4-2 success.
No score.
But 3 more match darts
They
have come and
require
gone, and
10.
De Vos is back. And suddenly, for all the praise we've heaped upon Andy Barton's shoulders, he's going to have to
on
go
the
to the
sixth
world
leg.
to beat De
Gert
Vos.
de Vos.
Barton's off his perch. Not with the 148.
60. And he requires
Not with
6.
a treble. And so Barton's comes back.
Game
And finds the
shot
double
and the
free.
match.
And Andy
Barton
Barton is seemingly in a league of his own at the top of Group A. He has an 8-point advantage with 1 game left to go in the second day of action in Group A. An average just under 95, 4 out of 16 on the doubles. He gets the better of Gert de Vos by 4 legs to 3. 10 games played, 9 victories. It has been an Andy Barton's domination of Group A thus far. 1 final game to go. Luke Littler has to win. It's as simple as that. He takes on Leonard Gates after this. Watch yourself. It's more the team around you that can keep you in the best possible way. Oh, this is absolutely excellent. Double 10
Game
for
on the
1-3-4
third leg.
to put Luke Littler 2-1 in front. And just when the game needed a little bit of a spark, Luke has dropped a nuke. And suddenly, he needs to find another one of those big visits. And when he needed a big visit, he finds the answer.
138.
But he's sat around waiting for Leonard Gates to see if he can take the 138. But it won't go.
98. Look, it requires 66.
To put himself within 6 of Andy Barton's, Littler wants 66. It's going to be
30.
double 18. And so Gates comes
Leonard
back.
require 40.
To virtually end anybody else's chances of catching Andy Barton's. Double 10
20.
doesn't go. And
Look, it
Littler
requires
gets another
36.
life. He gets another chance. And he's split for double 10. Finds
Game
the
shot
double
and
10.
the match.
And Luke Littler is
Littler.
still in the mix. He is 6 points behind Andy Barton's going into the final day's action at the top of Group A. He beats Leonard Gates by 4 legs to 3, despite the American having match darts to beat him. That's a tail of the tape, a 90.45 average and 4 out of 16 on the doubles. That 1-3-4 will highlight for Littler as well. And so that concludes our daily action at the Modus Super Series. And we head up now to the balcony to get the assessment of the day with the 2 Chris's.
Thank you, Henry. Yes, and the question I suppose I'll ask you first, Chris, is has Leonard, with those mismatched darts, just opened the gates for Luke Littler to try and reel in Andy Barton's?
Yeah, I thought he was going to. I mean, he was outplayed in every department in that match, and it's just what he does. He just digs in and finds a way to win and takes opportunities, and that sort of puts his opponent under a bit of pressure, I think. But yeah, it certainly made things more interesting for us tomorrow. It looked like it was going to be a bit of a shootout for second and third positions, but no, he'll still think he's got a chance, Luke Littler.
Splitting 36 as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I recall him doing that when he played in the last campaign. But yeah, I think it was a bit of a mistake leaving the 36 in the first place. I think he was looking to leave tops off of the 46. And then, well, we can say he made the right choice in splitting because he hit the double 10.
Absolutely right. Let's recap the results from today. For me, the moment, Mace, was that win for Bartons against Gilliland. Is that what stands out for you?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was one of those kind of games where you thought, well, that maybe could set up something a little bit special for the day. That Andy Bartons, I mean, he didn't play anywhere near to his top level throughout the day. There was moments, but what he does different to Luke Littler is he will just sit in and find a way to win a match. Performance for him comes second, points come first, and that's how it should be. But again, he's a lot more experienced than Luke, and he's on a bit of a run at the moment.
Well, let's see how it all affects the table. 1 day left to play in this group, 5 fixtures apiece. Just gives Luke Littler some hope, doesn't it? Still 6 points, massive gap really, but a tiny glimmer.
Yeah, absolutely, and it would have given Gates a glimmer of hope of battling out for a position in Group B, of course, which is outside of winning the group. It is a favourable position to be in, and yeah, I mean, everything's going to have to go Luke's way tomorrow. You feel he's going to have to go 5 out of 5. And then, of course, leg difference, there's still a bit of a gap there. And Andy Bartons would have to have a complete collapse. And even today, like I said, he wasn't to the levels he played at yesterday consistently. But again, still very, very good. And I just don't think we're going to see that many mistakes from him. I think a couple of wins tomorrow will be more than enough.
So it does look like we'll be focusing on that battle for Group B. I'm going to get your assessment of all of the players in that race, starting with James Richardson. Today, Richardson won 3 out of 5, sitting in 4th place.
Yeah, and I think after yesterday, I think he'll be reasonably happy, especially the quality of this group. Listen, his ability when he's absolutely on it is not up for debate. The problem he has, and we actually seen it in one match, is that he just can blow a little bit hot or a little bit cold. And when he's hot, he's hard to beat. When he's not, that's the kind of games he's sort of getting pinched in and losing 4-3 or having opportunities for 3-3 to take it to a decider. But listen, when he's good, he's good.
What about Chris Gilliland then? Because he started the day hot, didn't he? 3 wins, but then lost his last 2.
Yeah, he'll be desperately disappointed because if he could have mustered up a 5 out of 5 in this group with the quality that's in it, he would go in tomorrow really fancying the job. Now it's sort of almost right. I've got to start all over again. But listen, with that kind of throw, he's capable of doing anything. And winning, it's nice. It's not for everybody. As we've seen, the curse of winning Group A. If Andy goes on to win this group, it's not a foregone conclusion he goes on to win the week because not only is there tough players in this group, we've got more tough players coming into action on Thursday and Friday. Listen, I rate him highly. I think that throw is pretty spot on, and he's another one. When he's good, he's really good.
Opposite scenario for Luke Littler. Started really slowly today, but ended with some explosive stuff.
Yeah, listen, it's hard to be overcritical because of his age, but then if he wasn't as good as he was, then we wouldn't sort of criticise him. But I think we just got to be just a little bit careful, and he's still in the evolution of his learning stage of the game. He's just so more advanced that in other areas where I see him get frustrated and that sort of takes over in some games, and then missing doubles seems to incur more missing doubles. But that's something for the people around him to work with.
And it wouldn't be right if we didn't talk about Andy Bartons before the end of the show. I mean, he really has been in beast mode, hasn't he? Those 4-3 wins, 3 of them today, really, really important.
Yeah, absolutely, and some comeback wins as well. He seems to have the full package, doesn't he? He seems strong mentally. He's nothing wrong with the score, and it's not like it's lots of 180s, but not very good at finishing. He seems to have a very, very good and high-level all-round game.
Absolutely. Can he be stopped?
I don't think so.
Well, let's see. We'll find out tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. The action resumes here on the Motor Super Series YouTube channel, and we're also live on Sporty Stuff TV, when we will indeed find out whether or not Barton's can be bettered. We'll see you then.